Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, the 14th of March, and I have my second day at Ulta today. And, it's usually not the best idea to try out a new product when you're starting a new job, especially when it's in the beauty industry. You kind of want to look, on point to let these people know they better recognize. Just kidding. I'm not one of those people. I'm going to try out a new foundation anyway. Miss Nola June is here with me in the bathroom. She's being a good girl. She's just sitting on one of the rugs that I have in here so I don't slip and fall when I get out the shower. I have my coffee. I've got the foundation. I'm currently doing skincare. I need to put on my moisturizer and primer, and then we can jump right into the foundation. Let me make sure that I am covered in the name of the Lord. All right, let's go with some moisturizer for my face. Today, I'm going to use the Clinique Dramatically Different Hydrating Jelly. I took a break from it just because my skin was going crazy. It's been, I would say, ooh, y'all hear my tummy? It's been about 3 weeks that I haven't used it, so we're going to try and see how it goes today with my new skincare. If I can reach it. Here it is. Let's check it out. Let's see how it mixes. I just applied my serum from the new line I'm using, and I want to see how this blends over top. No issues, so that's good. So I'm going to add this back into the rotation as a daytime moisturizer for me. Already applied my eye cream. Just because in the mornings, if I do like a full nighttime skincare routine where I really go in and like double cleanse and everything, in the morning I only wash around my eyes because I get stuff in my eyes when I sleep. I don't know what it's called. So I'm just, as soon as I clean my eyes, I just automatically go in with eye cream. So my eyes have already been moisturized. So we're going to layer this on top. Yeah, I like the way this feels on top of the serum. Here's this side of my face. This is the right side. You can see the dark spots are starting to fade. This one was really dark. That was one of the newer ones. See the overall progress. Here's the left side, which is starting to fade a little bit as well. And I had more dark spots, especially in the center area. In the chin area, and then I have a dark spot here and a couple on my forehead. So my skin is doing well. So we're going to see with time how much these dark spots will actually fade. But let's go with primer now. I'm using the No Problem. I'm not going to use any Tarte primers. I'm going to try and use like Tarte foundation, Tarte powder, and maybe a Tarte eyeshadow palette if I have any anymore. I feel like I have decluttered all of my Tarte eyeshadow palettes, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. One might be hiding behind me, but I have reduced the amount of makeup I have significantly over the past year. I feel like when you have to move somewhere, that's when you realize how much you have and how much you need to get rid of. And last summer, I moved here. And I really, really like this space, so I didn't want it to be overly cluttered. All right, this primer is so nice. It really smooths your skin out. All right, primer is on. Somehow I ended up injuring my thumb. I don't know what I did. My thumb is so sore. It hurts whenever I use the muscles in it. So like if I press against, like just pressing against my finger, there's pain shooting all through my thumb. I don't know what I did to my thumb on my right hand, but don't take your thumbs for granted. Okay, don't take them for granted. Let's read the claims while I finish drinking this coffee. So this is the new Tarte Face Tape Foundation. I'm going to go ahead and mention I've never used the Shape Tape concealer. I don't wear concealer. It says full coverage, flawless, natural matte finish, and you'll get infinite likes on social media, I guess. So basically the only claims are that it's full coverage and flawless, natural matte finish. That's basically the only information that this box is giving us. So let's go ahead and see. Again, I have the shade 58H, which is Rich Honey. Comes with the pump. I'm very curious about this foundation. Several people I've seen use it really, really, really like it. And I tested out about 3 or 4 different shades in the store when I was waiting to get my hair done that one day. You know, my hair never got done. I think that was like literally a week and 2 days ago. So I'm going to shake it up. I did pump some on my hand yesterday to compare to my NARS. I told you that's how I like to shop for foundation shades, is to, when I'm in the store, go to a foundation that I already have that I feel like is a perfect match or a really, really good match. And then I compare that foundation that I already am familiar with to new shades and the new foundation I'm trying to figure out what shade I'm in. So that's what I did while I was there. And I ended up going with 58H because I feel like some of the other ones, I fear they would look too neutral or too gray on me. So I decided to go with the honey undertone, which they describe as like a more peach undertone. So it's not 100% red and it's not 100% yellow or golden, and it's not neutral. So we're going to see how this looks. Let's go in with 2 pumps. That's what 2 pumps looks like. Decent sized pumps. You can see the foundation is kind of running, but it's not super, super, super liquidy. And I'm going to use the Sonia Kashuk sponge to blend this out. And yes, I love the shade already. The coverage is really, really nice. I would definitely say this is a full coverage because with 2 pumps on this one side of my face, all my imperfections are covered with 1 layer. I'm going to do half my face so you can compare. And I always test on the side where my imperfections are not as intense because I know most people probably don't have this level of scarring. So that's why I always use the right side. And I'm also right-handed, so we're just going to make sure we blend this out with a sponge. Oh yeah, I'm going to wear eyeshadow. Do I have time? Yeah, we'll do something quick. All right, so that's 2 pumps on 1/2 of my face. Really, really pretty. It's looking promising. My imperfections are barely peeking through, so I can deal with this level of coverage with 1 layer. I don't feel like I need to add any more to this side to get a comfortable amount of coverage for me. I don't even say comfortable, I'll say my preferred amount of coverage because I do go outside without makeup on. Just not to work. Here's what it looks like from the front, with foundation, without foundation. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to do 2 pumps on this side as well. 1, 2. It does have a smell, but it's a nice smell. It's not too strong either. It's a nice smell. I like the way it smells. It smells good. I don't know what it is, but it smells good. You can see it goes on a little bit lighter versus when it starts to set, I guess. But it's not oxidizing at all. I would not call that oxidizing. I would literally just say that it's drying down. But you can see it goes on just a tad bit lighter, like a little bit. Okay, this blends super easy. It does not feel heavy. I love the coverage. The finish is really, really pretty. I would say right now I'm getting more of a satin finish than natural matte, which I really like. I like satin, natural matte, and matte finishes. Also Divi Matte. Anything that's not super dewy. I prefer medium buildable to full coverage foundations. And this is hitting all the boxes for someone like me. Now, on the side that I have more scarring, you can see some of the shadows kind of peeking through from the acne scars, but it's still not bad at all compared to other foundations. So I feel like for me, I could possibly get away with maybe just 3 pumps if I applied it more strategically, because I don't need as much foundation on my forehead and the center of my face as I do the cheek and the jaw area. So I would say I need 3 to 4 pumps to get the coverage that I like, which is not bad. And it blends so easy. And I really like the shade. The shade is nice on my skin. So here's what the foundation looks like so far. It looks good, y'all. You're gonna see. I have a feeling I'm gonna be mixing this with the Smashbox for like absolute natural luminous skin perfection when I want to go for that kind of a look. Why is there something in my eye? Did I get it out? Oh, yeah, I did. Now it's on my face. Ew. Pretty sure it's mucus. I don't have allergies really bad yet, but I will say that allergies run in my family. And we all have them. Like my dad has them really, really bad. Like he usually has to go to the doctor and like get special medicine for his allergies. My sister has them, but she just kind of pushed us through and just ends up having to blow her nose a lot. And for me, it usually affects my eyes and my nose as well. Like right now, I'm a little bit congested, but it hasn't like hit me like it normally does. And then I get the like mucus in my eyes, which is nasty. I hate that. All right, I just keep blending away, but there's nothing really to blend. The shade I feel like is really, really good. I could maybe go on with a little bit more over here, but do I want to leave it? Do I want to go on? I'm going to go with a little bit more on the left side of my face where I have more scarring. Just a little bit. I would say that's like 1/4 of a pump, 1/3 of a pump. I'm just going to lightly tap over this area. Y'all hear my stomach growling today? She is aggressive. Okay, I like the way this looks right now. I'm feeling this. Let's go ahead and start setting it. I don't know why I keep blending. I don't know why I keep blending, but it looks really pretty. I'm happy with how this looks. But like I said, let's go ahead and set it. I'm first gonna go in with my typical powder. Gonna put this away. So far, so good. Which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Honey. That's what I use to set the center of my face, which I feel like is fitting since this foundation is called Rich Honey. And we're gonna use honey to set. And then you'll see I'm gonna use another Tarte powder to set the perimeter of my face. And this is damp already. Oh, I just went in a little heavy there. I'm still laughing because I watched Amber's video last night where she was like makeup trends that she doesn't prefer. I can't remember what she called it, that she's not a fan of or something like that. And I was like, oh, some of these things I love. Like I love a nice full coverage foundation. Your girl loves the full coverage foundation. I also love dark, bold Sharpie brows, but I don't carve mine out. I just draw them that way. I also don't bake, but I do use like a lot of powder, like kind of an excessive amount of powder, just because I want to control the oils all day and not have to touch up at all or blot. I'm not that girl anymore. I used to be, but you know, the older you get, it's like the less time you have. Like I'm out here working and teaching the kids, you know? I need my makeup to last literally all day, all night. What else did she do that I felt like was something that I prefer? Full coverage foundation, like kind of excessive amount of powder, the more Sharpie-like brows that are really bold. I just feel like you can't see my brows if I don't do them bold how I do them. Like it just doesn't look as good. What else? I'm trying to think. Those are the main ones that stuck out to me because those are the ones I like. I'm not giving up anytime soon. Oh, cut creases. I don't mind a cut crease. I just have to have time to do it, but I don't do it like every day. But I do like a cut crease. I think they're beautiful. I like very creative, like artistic makeup that's also very dramatic. I don't cream contour. You will probably never catch me cream contouring. I'm not about that life at all. I'm trying to think what other things did she do in the video. I think those are two things that I like a lot that she doesn't. I use quite a bit of powder, but I don't bake. I literally am pressing it into my skin with a damp sponge. I feel like this is a good technique for people that have more oily skin or that are going to be outside like and not going to be sweating a lot because this really just locks the foundation in. I feel like if I were to cry, I'd be good. Like if somebody, this is a good technique for people that are going to be like in those kind of situations where their face could get moist somehow, whether it be sweat or tears or water, and they don't want their foundation to go anywhere. Yeah, I can't bake under eyes anymore. I can't. Like, I turned 26 and my under eyes got drier. That's literally how I feel. They were literally like, thou shall enter your upper 20s and have dry eyes. Well, I was like, okay. And this powder is kind of drying. The Fenty powder, in my opinion, is drying, which is why I don't bake with it. I just press in with a damp sponge. Keyword, damp sponge. I have to use the damp sponge so that there's like some moisture to this powder or else it's just like the desert on my face. Setting the brow area, the center of my forehead, my nose. Okay. The center of my face is now like brightened and set really, really well. And now I fill in with the skin tone powder, which is going to be from Tarte. During the week, I tend to use loose powders, which kind of makes no sense because they're a little bit messier. And you kind of have to take your time using them so you don't create a complete mess. But on the weekends, I tend to use more pressed powders, which are a little faster, maybe to save my time. I don't know. Right now, I'm just kind of using any powder, loose powder that's left over, like on the cap, so that I don't waste any product. I kind of just tap it on my face with a brush. All right, thank you, Fenty Beauty. I've literally been using this almost every day since I've had it, and I would say I've used maybe a fifth of this powder. It's gonna last me forever because you don't need a lot. All right, let's go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. I'm gonna use the shade Rich Sand, which is actually the next foundation shade after the one that I got. It's 59S. But when I looked at it, it looked like it was going to come off like too grayish on my skin, I thought. So I didn't pick that one up. I went with 58 Honey instead. I don't know. Something about the undertone just didn't look right. I was going to try and use a sponge to apply this powder, but we'll go over it with the sponge after. And I'm going to go ahead and transition to a brush. This powder has a really nice sifter, like a mesh sifter. And when you press down on it, the powder comes out. This helps it to be less messy, but it also makes it a little bit harder to get the product out quickly, in my opinion. Because I'm like forever pressing down, trying to get it out. And as you can see, I'm tapping this into the skin. I could dump some out in the cap. I might do that. I feel like that's a lot faster. Let me put this in the Fenty Beauty cap. And now I can go with the sponge. And really pack it on with the sponge. Okay. Now I have more than enough powder on. I'm going to take the brush and a little bit of the powder, whatever's left in the cap, and I'm going to buff it out. And I feel like this powder does oxidize a little bit, which is why I took a break from it for so long. But I recently rediscovered it and was like, let me try this out again because I don't want to waste any of my product because I remember it being really good. All right. Just going to do some final cleaning up. Like I take my damp sponge and go in the top to make sure there's no excess product. We're not about wasting over here. I'm going to take a little bit more from here and dab over the dark mark that I have on my temple over here. I feel like she's trying to peek through. And this powder can provide some coverage. It says full coverage airbrush foundation, but when I tried it on its own, it didn't look that great. Using it to set foundations, it looks amazing. All right. And I just feel my face to make sure that it's set everywhere and there's no tacky areas. And we are done setting the face. My first impression on this foundation, do y'all hear my stomach? It is growling, is that I really like the way that this looks. We just need to see how it wears throughout the day. But as of right now, y'all, this foundation looks great. It feels really good on my skin. I feel very secure and comfortable wearing this foundation. I love the shade of it. I feel like it looks beautiful. It's working with my typical products. So let's go ahead and just finish up the face. But my first impression right now is that I really like the way that this Tarte face tape foundation is looking. I'm going to take a little coffee break and do a little advertising for Ulta now that I work for them again. Mark your calendar. 21 Days of Beauty is coming March 17th through April 6th. So get ready. Get ready. I have two of these because I recently made some online orders. I have 2 cards. And I'm wearing my Ulta robe. 21 Days Beauty. Yeah. And I don't even have to do this, but I just love the company so much, y'all. I love working for Ulta. And I can already tell I'm going to love my new team. And they changed the dress code. I can wear more colors. Ooh. Yes. Yes, Ulta. Okay, yeah, I'm loving the way this is looking. All right, let's finish up the face because your girl is going to run out of time. And I want to be cute today. Kind of. All right, let's use some. Oh, that's one thing Amber doesn't like that I love. I love some highlighter because a lot of times I won't wear any bronzer or any blush, but I will go in with highlighter. I really like the way my face and like my skin looks that way. Like with just highlighter and like even flawless skin. I think it just looks really pretty on me. Let's go in with something I got on BoxyCharm, which I think is available at Ulta. This is from Pretty Vulgar, and this is Shimmering Swan Sparkling Sass Highlighter. I really like this color. It's kind of peachy in tone. It's really pretty. So let's wear this. I've worn it a few times, but that's what that looks like. I'm going to use my same old brush from BH Cosmetics to apply this highlighter. Pretty generously to my face. I do have time to come home and change, which is nice, and like touch up if I need to before going to work. I also will be exchanging my Riviera palette that came to me with 3 shattered eyeshadows today at work. I'll do that before I clock in. This is really pretty. This is a really pretty shade. My stomach is growling again. But I don't feel hungry. That's the thing. Like, I don't feel hungry at all right now. I actually feel pretty good, even though my sleep schedule is all sorts of messed up. Like, if you watched my video yesterday where I'm like sharing my final thoughts about the Smashbox foundation I tried out yesterday, I'm like, y'all, I'm not even right now. I'm delusional. I was taking a nap. Like, I literally fell asleep at like 5 in the afternoon, maybe before 5. Basically, right after my little sister left to go back to where she lives in Colombia. And then my neighbors were fighting outside, and that's what woke me up. Is they were fighting, and it's not like neighbors like that are in a relationship with each other. It was like there was a man on the ground outside my window arguing and fighting with the man on his balcony that lives above me. And I was just like, y'all are so loud now. My dog started barking, which is what originally woke me up. Like a lot of times she'll bark and I like kind of wake up, but I don't wake up completely. But like she kept barking, and then she came and like ran and cuddled next to me, which is like, oh, danger! It must be dangerous. Like, I mean, Nola acts all rough and tough, but if something really feels truly like dangerous or threatening, usually she'll come like jump in my lap like a little scaredy baby. And so that's when I like woke up and I was like, oh, something must be going on because she normally doesn't do this. Like I'm pretty sure like if someone were to open my door, like that who doesn't live here, that she doesn't know and like love, which is only a few people that if they were to just like bust in my apartment, she would be cool with them. Um, I feel like she would bark a lot at them and she would try and attack them at the door. But if they made it all the way into the actual apartment, she would come get me at that point. But I doubt anybody would get past the door with her because homegirl will bite you. She does not play. Oh, Amber also doesn't like the whole tip of the nose highlighting. I think it looks cute. So I do it. And I'm applying this with my finger because I can blend it easier. I feel like it makes me look like I have a nose bridge. I feel like my nose is relatively flat. It's not 100% totally flat, but yeah, it's definitely, I don't really have a bridge. I've talked about this a lot before, why I like to highlight my nose. I don't contour my nose. I don't want to make it look slimmer. I just want to make it look like it stands up more. And I just like that aesthetic. All right, we're almost done with highlight. I'm just kind of cleaning up the fallout from the container and I'm just going to swirl that on for one last go around here. And yeah, I really like this highlighter. It's really pretty vulgar. Thanks, BoxyCharm. I'm looking forward to this month's BoxyCharm. All right, we've got highlight. Time to move on to my brows. Yo, your girl's slightly behind schedule, but I'm good. I cannot find my normal eyebrow pencil. I couldn't find it yesterday. My Wet n Wild retractable eyeliner pencil. I keep my lip pencils, eyebrow pencils, and liquid liners all in the same drawer. Yeah. I can't find it. Let's see. We're going to use this Ulta Beauty eyeliner pencil in the shade Blackout. Y'all know I like black brows. I like bold brows, just in contrast with my darker skin. I don't know. I don't like a soft brow. Here are my brows. I also always do my foundation before eyes. Like, I don't know the last time I did my eyes first. I just brush through it with the brush I use for highlighter. So these are my natural brows. I've never plucked them before, never shaved them, never tweezed them because there's nothing there to do that with. So I'm gonna take this Ulta pencil and create a brow. I don't know why I'm being so quiet right now. I'm just so happy it's Thursday. Mondays and Thursdays are my favorite days of the week. The only thing about this pencil is it's not doing the greatest job of making like hair strokes at the front of my brow. That's okay. We'll do our best. Well, there goes one good one. Intriguing. All right, that's one eyebrow done. You can see the difference. And literally, I'm just using the natural shape of my brow to fill them in. I'm just making it more obvious and apparent. Normally, on average, it takes me anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes to do my brows. Just depends on how picky I'm being that day. Most of the time, I'm like right at 3 minutes with them. My sister carves her eyebrows out every day, though. She likes that look. It looks good on her, too. The way she does it looks nice, but I'm just not that girl. She also wears a false lash like every day. I'm also not that girl. And she does the concealer too. So it's like we are a mixture of the things that Amber doesn't prefer. And then I do some of them, and then my little sister Dominique does the others. The ones I don't do, she does. There's so much going on at school. Like events and stuff. I need to literally fill everything in my calendar. And there's a few people like going on special trips, and I like took their duties, and I don't remember who. But I know who to go to find out. But she's the lady that asked me. All right. All right. I'm really happy with how these came out. Did I just mess it up? No, it's fine. So these are the brows. I just like to use pencils. I think it's easy. I have no idea what happened to my normal pencil. I'll probably put it in the wrong place. Knowing me. Yeah, I have no idea where it went. I'm just going to take this old mascara and brush through the hairs to blend everything out and together. Cool. Let's do something on the eyes, and I already know what I want to do for my lips. I have a new gloss I want to try for my lips. Let's go on to the eyes. Tarte palettes. Let me see if I have any. I don't think I do anymore. Yeah, there's not any over there. All right, so like I thought, I don't have any more Tarte palettes. I decluttered all of them. I did like the Tarte and Bloom a lot, but I'm pretty sure I decluttered it because I don't really need that palette. And I wasn't using it as much as my other ones. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I decluttered it a while ago. So we're just going to do a throwback to the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I have a look in mind that I've done in the past that I kind of want to do. It's really simple, really easy. And I could do it with my Riviera palette, but since mine is cracked, I'm not even going to use any of those shadows, since 3 of the shadows are shattered, I should say. But we're going to use this palette to get a very similar look. I still have the original card and everything with the shades. So first, we're going to go in with the shade Buns, which is this brown right here. It's kind of a neutral brown. I'm going to use that as a transition shade. I'm going to go ahead and use this BH Cosmetics number 6 brush from It's My Ray Ray collab. We're going to take this and throw that into the crease. These blend so well. I love the formula of this palette. I feel like it's super fast, super simple. Any sort of look you want to create, you can. This is one of my favorite palettes. I'm glad I'm pulling it back out. I had a dream that I was using it today, and I am. I'm weird like that. I have strange dreams, y'all. I dream about makeup, especially now that I'm working at Ulta again. It's like my love for makeup is like, I've always loved makeup, but it's like rebooted. Because now it's a part of my job again, which I love. I'm so happy and excited. All right, so that's like just a light transition shade. You can kind of barely see it, but we need to throw that down. Next, I'm gonna go into my favorite shade from this palette called 24/7, which is this shimmer right here. I think it's a pressed glitter, if I'm not mistaken. I remember her saying it's a pressed glitter. I'm gonna apply it using my finger. I absolutely love this shade so much. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. It's a brown shimmer. I just love a brown shimmer that's like really close to my skin tone. But then you get up close or in this right light, you just see the glitter and it's like, oh, there's something exciting on her lid. It's literally the shade of my skin with glitter. I love shades like this. I'm applying this all over the lid. Then we're going to do a pop of color in the inner corner. It's going to be really pretty. It's kind of like our base for this look. And y'all know I like to use my fingers a lot when it comes to my eye looks, especially when it comes to applying my lid shades. I just feel like the finger is the fastest and just really gets the job done. And you just have maximum control because it's literally a part of your body. All right, so that's applied to the lids. Wiping my finger off, I'm going to go into the shade Meeks, which is right next to 24/7. It's a beautiful bronzy shade right here. I'm going to apply Meeks kind of in the center of my, well, the inner third of my upper lid. I'm going to layer it right over top. I don't need it to be super duper opaque, but I do need it to kind of pop just a little bit. You see how it's that slight more bronzy than brown right there in the inner third of the lid. Using the same middle finger to apply it. It's really soft. This shadow is really soft and buttery to the touch, really smooth. Okay, I'm just blending that with my finger. So pretty. Going back to 24/7 because we have to do a little bit of blend work. tapping over the edges just to make sure that these two blend together. Cool story. Going back to the brush, I'm going to take the shade Chip, which is right under Buns. So this shade right here, we're basically doing this little L right here to create the look. This is Chip. It's a little bit deeper of a brown. And I'm going to apply this to the outer V and like halfway into the crease. So I'm going to start out here just to deepen the look up a little bit. On the outer V and like halfway into the crease. So we're going to use 2 mattes and 3 shimmers for this look, I believe. And it's going to add a little bit more dimension. I'm going to go back in with 24/7 because we're going to lose a little bit of it in the process of adding this brown. You see how that just added some dimension, some shape to my eye. And this is basically a bronzy neutral look, but we're going to bump it up in a second. You'll see. Don't worry. We're going to bump it up, bump it up, pump it up. Going back into Buns, the lighter brown to blend out the edges, soften everything up, make sure there are no harsh lines. Mixing the two together just to get the right blend. All right. Going back into 24/7, which is that first shimmer we applied all over the lid, the brown that's literally my skin tone, applying more of that to the lid. Focusing more on the center of the lid, just to have that shimmer gradient from the lighter, more bronze to the brown to the deep chocolate matte on the outer V. So we're just reinforcing that gradient, making sure that all parties are equally represented. All right, I'm just going to take the brush we use for our mattes real quick and just blend just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Love it. Next, we're going to go in with this little brush and we're going to take the shade Pool Party, which is this turquoise. Yes, told you we're going to have a pop of color. The turquoise shade, and I'm going to apply that to the tear duct area. I love the way turquoise looks in my tear duct. I feel like it's such a fun pop of color. I'm just using this little brush to apply it, but I always use it from Coastal Scents. Tomorrow I'll probably do a green look because St. Patrick's Day is Sunday and it's like the last school day before St. Patrick's Day. Or I could do a whole week of green next week. We'll see how I feel. Or I could do both. And I'm just building that color up in the tear duct and blending it a little bit into the inner third of my lid and on the inner third of my lower lash line as well. Just slowly building it up so I won't have overload and make a mistake. Oh, y'all hear my tummy? She is so loud today. Jeez. So pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Queen because I feel like I want the gold to pop a little bit more on my lid. This is a brighter gold right here. I'm going to tap some of that onto my lid onto the inner part and like about halfway, just to add some more dimension. Because I feel like Meeks is not dull, but it's just not as bold and vibrant. And Queen will help kind of pump it up a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to go with a little bit more 24/7. On this outer area. Pretty. And for the lower lash line, we're going to go in with the shade Royalty, which is purple. So we are adding a little bit of color to the look. And it's right above Pool Party. So we're going to go in with this purple. It's a shimmer. And I could have done a look super similar to this using the Riviera palette, but just kind of taking that vision for that palette and using another palette to create the look. I'm using the same little brush. I've already wiped it off, and I'm going to blend this onto the lower lash line. Yo, my stomach is so loud. My stomach has not been this active in a really, really long time. My meals finally came as well. I'm trying out Freshly because the meals are already made and you just heat it up. So I'm going to have a good lunch today. I'm excited. My stomach is so loud. That is so pretty to me. Yo, my stomach is so loud. I know y'all have to be able to hear my stomach right now. I'm going to go into a little bit more of 24/7, the shimmery brown. I'm kind of just mixing that, taking it further in. There we go. So I don't want as much of the gold to show. I want more of the darker brown. There we go. This darker brown shimmer. All right, and that is it for eyeshadow. I'm really happy with the way this look turned out. I'm really glad that I gravitated back towards this palette for this look, and you will see something somewhat similar once I get my new Riviera. Might not be exactly the same. I am going to add a little bit more to my crease. I'm going with Chip, the darker matte brown. Just going to blend a little bit of that back into the crease on both eyes. And then take Buns, the lighter brown that we use as a transition, and just go over the edges. All right. The last thing I'm going to do, I'm done with eyeshadow. The last thing I'm going to do to bump this look up a notch is take this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Delirious, which is a purple. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lower waterline / lash line. I can't really see because the mirror is really far away. Yeah, it worked. These really do glide on really smooth. Just to add a little bit more purple. And then we're going to do a turquoise wing. Yes, we'll do a turquoise wing using this Milani Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner and Sparkling Turquoise. I think that'll really like bring this look all together and be really pretty. Brushing away a little bit of the fallout that I did have under my eyes. It wasn't much. Cleaning up as I go. Y'all know how I do. Put my palette back in the drawer. So Ultra Fine Milani Liquid Eyeliner in Sparkling Turquoise. Let me not tip it over. And actually, I don't think I'm going to do a wing. I think I'm just going to align my eye. And we'll just have that nice little pop of color on the lash line. That's really pretty. And I realized that there's another color I have that is actually closer to what's in my tear duct. So we're going to break that out and you'll see what I'll do. This look is almost giving me Mardi Gras vibes. Mardi Gras. So I made it a little thicker on the other side, so I'll make it thicker over here. That is so pretty to me. Now we're going to take another Milani Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner in Emerald Glisten. And I'm going to fill in this gap between here and the turquoise. Yeah, this color is much closer to the tear duct color. Yo, my computer's about to die. I have to look at my charger. Actually, I should probably just go over that color, but it's okay. With this one. And we just need the two to meet. In the middle. Okay. This is so pretty. Let me get my charger and then we'll finish up the eyes, and it gives the eyeliner a little bit of time to dry. And gives me an opportunity to put away the palette. My dog is just laying in the middle of my futon. I still have it laying down because after my sister slept, because it goes into a bed and then up into a couch. She's just like laying in the center of it on the blanket that she was using. I'm like, oh, you look so sad. You must miss your auntie, Nola. I'm sure she does. I love the way this looks right now. This is so pretty. I love all the colors. This is so pretty. I feel like liner is the easiest way to like add color to a look without like doing too much. We're gonna use the Too Faced mascara, and then I'll show you the lip gloss, which I think is gonna look really pretty with the look because it's kind of all about the eyes. I can't stop looking at my eyes with the colorful like rainbow liner and bright inner corner, colorful inner corner. So pretty. but neutral on the lids. So we're going to be careful not to get too much mascara on the colorful liner. I'm kind of just focusing on the ends of my lashes. I feel like I need to make this brighter in my tear duct, like go over it again. Since the liners are so vibrant. I think I will. I'm doing all right on time. I do have to fix my hair, but it won't take me long. I literally just took my one ponytail and made it 2 little buns so that the center of my hair could dry, because I cannot stand when the inside of my hair is damp, but the outside is dry. And it's like, I don't want it to smell moldy or anything like that because it's still damp, like closest to my scalp. It also helps prevent your scalp from itching if you let the hair dry all the way. All right, that's good for mascara on the top. Going with a little bit on the bottom. Don't want to cover up our purple down here, so I'm just gonna do a pretty light coat. And then we're gonna go back in, brighten up the inner corner. Nice. I'm gonna apply that Pool Party shade Damp to brighten it some. I especially have a drawer now for all of my like large palettes like this from Morphe. I think they're all Morphe palettes actually that are this size that I own. So I'm just wetting the brush with some water, going into Pool Party. I'm gonna apply that damp, see if that makes it pop a little bit more. Yeah, that made it a little bit brighter. Yep, that did the trick. Wow. Yeah, that really did what I needed it to do. All right. I love how my skin is looking, by the way. This foundation looks really, really good. Like, I'm not even over exaggerating. It looks really good. These are the eyes. I really like the way they turned out. I love the colors. All right, the new gloss I'm trying out is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of their lip glosses in the shade Tara, or Tara, however you want to say. Tara, probably be correct since it's Tara. Oh yeah, I love the shade. Wow, that's pigmented. It smells awful. I love the shade. Perfect. I wanted a more opaque nude gloss that I wouldn't need to use a lip liner with. That was available for purchase at Ulta. That didn't do any plumping because I don't need to plump my lips. They're good. And this is it. This is so pretty. Wow, love this look. Love it, love it, love it. I really like this gloss too. I love the way it feels. It's not too sticky. It's very smooth. So this is the look. I love it. 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 I love this lip. I love the eyes. I'm loving the foundation so far. We'll see how it wears, but let me go ahead and fix this hair. So I'm gonna show you what I did to get the middle to dry. So I just have these two little bun things so that the middle could dry. And I just had these little hair ties that don't have any metal on them. I only wrapped it around a couple times, but I'm gonna take these off. Massage a little bit, scratch a little bit in here. And now I'm gonna merge it back into my one ponytail. That's the look for this week. I'm just gonna fix, I have some flyaways on top up here. Wetline Extreme Gel. This is my favorite gel for like slicking my hair back when I need it to be really smooth, but it doesn't make my hair feel overly dry, which is why I love this gel so much. And even the pressure of me like pressing my hand against my head is hurting my thumb on my right hand. I don't know what I did to my thumb, y'all. I really don't know, but I needed to stop hurting because I'm right-handed, so I need my right thumb, you know? And I don't like being in pain. I'm gonna use one of these hair ties just because it's already out. And then I'm just gonna tighten it a little bit. Pull on the curls that are on the ends. Going in with a little bit more Wetline Extreme Gel, a lot of it actually, to really make sure that this is nice and smooth and sleek. Because this is going to be the look until, I think I'm going to wash my hair on Sunday. So I washed it Monday. That's good. It's still not moisturized, so I might even be able to transition and wear my hair for another like few days to a week if I do a braid out from this. We'll see, because it's still very clean because I haven't been putting a lot of product on it, just the Wetline Gel. To me, this is a protective style because it's very much low manipulation. I mean, it's literally a ponytail. But the only thing is you can cause breakage if you do this all the time, which is why you shouldn't do buns all the time, or like, because this right here would be a breaking point if it were dry, but it's very moisturized and it's not overly tight. It is secure, but it's not overly tight. But for me, this is a form of a protective style because I don't have to do a lot to maintain this. I'm gonna take my little toothbrush and a little bit of this Wetline Extreme and just touch up a little bit right on the hairline. Try not to disintegrate my foundation with this gel that has who knows how many chemicals in it. You know? I'm loving this foundation, y'all. The shade looks so pretty with my skin tone. Like, it goes really well. And it's wearing great. Like, I have not gotten oily at all. There's no extra additional shine to my skin. Tarte might have just done something. We gotta see how long it wears, though. I kind of want to try the new It Cosmetics foundation now that they have, what, 50 shades or whatever? Or 48 something. Something like that. But I need to see some other people review it. And I'm going to wait till it comes to my store so that I can make sure I find the right shade. But I've heard good things about that one as well. All right. So this is the hair done. Y'all saw the makeup, the hair, new gloss, new foundation. Like I said, I'll come and back at the end of the day when I get home from Ulta and show y'all how it held up and what it looks like then. But right now, this new Tarte foundation, I mean, look at the shade, y'all. The undertone, I was kind of concerned because it was peach, but it actually looks really good with my chest. I'm liking this so far. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing this look. I'm right on time. It's 6:47. I need to leave no later than 7:05 at the latest. All my lessons and everything are ready. So yep, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Seeing how I put this look together, seeing a few new products or whatever. But yeah, hope you have a thankful Thursday, and I'll see you this evening around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. ish. Bye.